This video is designed to give you a refresher and instruction on conversions in general, what they are, how to carry them out, and specifically how they relate to ratios. In general, to do a conversion means we are going to change units. We're going to change the units on a value without changing the value itself. This is a fairly useful thing. When you go from one nation to another, we use different unit systems, and in order to speak the same language, you have to do some conversions. Also, scaling matters quite a bit here. Sometimes things are very large, very small, and some units are better than others. But in general, to do a conversion, we need to begin with an equality. We need to know, how is one unit equal to another? So as an example, 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. If you don't know that, that's something that you should memorize and carry around with you forever. Worst case, you never use it. Now that we have this equality, we really have a ratio. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, so how much is 3 inches? And here we can see there's a ratio hidden here. There's a ratio, and the simplest way to get it is we simply draw a line in there, do a quick little erase of our equal signs, and oh look, we have a ratio. We've turned our conversion factor, 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, into a ratio that we can solve. We can do cross multiplication, which is the topic of another video, and we find what the answer is here. Not having a calculator, we'll just run it out. 2.54 times 3, doing the cross multiplication. 12, carry the 1, 15, 16, carry the 1, 6, 7, 1, 2 decimal places, and we find that 3 inches is equal to 7.62 centimeters. A conversion factor is a ratio. We can use it to do conversions. Working with the same thing, but looking at it in a slightly different way that you might be more familiar and more comfortable with. The problem we're trying to do here is convert 3 inches to centimeters. To begin, we need a conversion factor. So we're going to identify our factor. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. We can then write this out using dimensional analysis from your chemistry class. 3 inches we need to get rid of the inches, so we're going to put those on the bottom. We need to gain centimeters, so we'll put those on top. The inches will now cancel out, so whatever we get out here is going to have the correct unit that we're looking for, the centimeters. We now take our conversion factor and write it into our little grid here. So 2.54 centimeters is the same as 1 inch, and we once again get 7.62 centimeters. This works for any and all conversions. They are all set up in some way like this or in some ratio like this. To do more complicated ones, so for example, if we wanted to convert 15 feet per second over into, say, miles per hour, we would once again need to set up, well, what conversions do we need to do? We need to get from feet to miles. Well, I know that 5,280 feet is 1 mile. This is again something, if you don't know, you should memorize. And I know that there are 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. That would be 30 seconds per minute, or 60 seconds per minute, times 60 minutes per hour. And there you get your 3,600 seconds per hour. Begin with our 15 feet per second. We're going to do 2 conversions this time, so we have a slightly larger grid set up. We take our top unit from our numerator, put it on top, our unit from the denominator, and put it in the bottom. The order in which you do this doesn't matter. I will choose to do the seconds first. I need to get rid of them, so I write them on the opposite side. Get rid of the seconds, gain the hours. I need to get rid of the feet, gain the miles. Seconds cancel, feet cancel, and in the end I'm going to have miles on top, hours on the bottom. Now I take my conversion factors, transfer them down. 3,600 seconds per 1 hour, 1 mile, 5,280 feet. I would then pick up a calculator and actually carry this out. There's the calculator. 15 times 3,600 divided by 5,280, and we find that this is the equivalent, approximately 10.23 miles per hour. So there we have a 2-step conversion, but to remind you of how to set up these little grids.